Hello, hello, hello. This is your boy Irony Boxing going through with 25. We're gonna talk about this thing called boxing. Okay. Um, we're going to um, keep moving with our theme, which is the most one-sided fights in boxing history. First and foremost, of course, as always, God bless every single one of you. I hope you're having a great day, afternoon, evening, whatever the case may be. Mhm. Um, so yeah, basically, I mean, we just had a great weekend of boxing. We're definitely gonna talk about that. But first things first, right? Yeah. So like I said, my team is the most one-sided fights in boxing history. Okay, and we started 2 days ago with our first group of 20. I will go through. Um, I'm going to do a rundown of the first group. I'm only going to do 10 today. Okay, I'm only going to do 10, and I will. Catch up with the other 10 probably tomorrow morning or tomorrow sometime. Okay, so to do the rundown of the first group of 20 most one-sided fights in boxing history, we started, and this is again as we did with the must-see fights and as we did with the most ferocious knockouts. This is in no particular order. Okay. We will do the order with an open panel show once we're through with the 100 or whatever is our total at the end of the day, right? Which I suspect for some reason, as has been the case with the other two subjects, that is going to go way further than 100. Okay, because boxing has such a rich history, right? Um, so yeah, without further ado, let's do the rundown of our first group of 20. We start things off with Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao versus David Diaz. This is one of the most one-sided fights in boxing history. This is probably, I mean, there's a lot of them, right? This is a debate in and of itself, but this is surely, in my opinion, the most impressive performance in Pac-Man's illustrious career. De La Hoya comes to mind, Miguel Cotto, albeit he was dehydrated beyond belief, weight trained, and all the rest of it. That was a great performance as well. Obviously, you can talk about Morales, Barrera. Um, Oh, Ricky Hatton. I said, oh man, it's probably Ricky Hatton, to be honest. But this one was unbelievable. Okay, because yeah, this was as one-sided as one-sided gets. Okay. um, our second one was Naoya Inoue versus Paul Butler. This was as once. My goodness, this was like an abuse of a fight. You know, to be honest with you. Have a watch if you haven't. Okay. Let's keep going here. We have the master in action here with Muhammad Ali versus Cleveland Williams. Okay. Um, we keep going with Roy Jones Jr. versus Richard Hall. That face-off was the most exciting part of the whole fight. Needless to say, we follow that up with Oh, that's another one. Manny Pacquiao's demolition, destruction of Antonio Margarito. I'm sorry, there it is. Just look at that eye, man. That tells the story, does it not? Um, we follow that up with Floyd Mayweather, Pretty Boy Mayweather versus Arturo Thunder Gotti. Very hard fight to watch from my chair, you know. We continue the rundown with, of course, Terence Bud Crawford, Annihilation of Errol the Truth Spence. Okay. We follow that up with Miguel Junito Cotto, Easy Demolition of Alfonso Gomez. This was hard to watch, man. It was like a torture of a fight, you know. We follow that up with Lomas Demolition of Nicholas the Axeman Walters. Okay. We follow that up with my boy right here, Joe Calzaghe's Absolute Demolition Ass Whooping of Jeff Left Hook Lacey. Okay. We follow that up with. Oh, I'm sorry. I just had to put that other one in there. I can't help myself, can I? Okay. There we go. We follow that up with Andre SOG Word's Domination of Chad Dawson. Okay. After that, we have Oscar De La Hoya's really one-sided, comprehensive ass whooping of Arturo Tondergatti. Okay. We follow that up with Carl the Cobra Froch's Annihilation of Lucian Bute. Okay. We follow that up with my boy for life, Felix Tito Trinidad's Annihilation of William Joppy. This was his first fight at 160. It's worth noting. Okay. We follow that up with Marco Antonio, with which what I believe is Marco Antonio Barrera's best performance of his career against Nassim Hamed. Okay. Got that picture right there. Tells the whole story, does it not? We follow that up with oh yeah, that's hard to watch, very hard to watch. Larry the Eastern Assassin Holmes, Annihilation of Marvis Frazier. There's a better view right there. Pinned him in the corner. That was all she wrote. We follow that up with Big George Foreman's just total annihilation, lion-like annihilation of Ken Norton. Okay. We follow that up with a very hard fight to watch. Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Alfredo Angulo. It was like he was hitting a punching bag, to be honest with you. And I'm trying not to be disrespectful, but man. There it is right there. Another view. Both of those photos were basically the fight in a nutshell. Okay. We follow that up with one of the most impressive displays of defensive boxing in boxing history, which is Nicolino, the Untouchable Loche, right there to your left. Annihilation and Masterclass of Takeshi Paul Fuji to your right, a very feared knockout artist at the time. There's another picture here. Okay, we follow that up with James Stoney's, in my opinion, the best performance of James Lights Out Tony's career. Okay, versus Iran the Blade Barkley. There are a couple of other images here just to drive the point home, so to speak. There's one, and there's another one. Okay. Unbelievable performance by James Lights Out Tony. Yes, sir. So now we are going to begin our group of 10, which we'll end up with 20. With 30 in total. And like I said, I want to round that up to 40 either tomorrow sometime. Probably going to be in the morning, but we shall see. So we are starting things off with the Brown Bomber, Mr. Joe Louis's Annihilation of Max Schmeling 2. Okay. Um, this was the Revenge of Revenges, right, by Mr. Lewis to your left, right there. After Max Schmeling upset him um, in the first fight, okay, which was a monumental upset. Now it's worth noting that obviously this was at a time where Germany was, and basically Europe, right, was controlled by, the Nazi Party in Germany, and they used Max Schmeling's victory in the first fight as propaganda, for their ideology. And it's I feel for Max Schmeling, because Max Schmeling couldn't be further from that ideology. You know, he was a true gentleman. He wasn't no racist or anything of the sort. He just couldn't say it at the time. He was put between a rock and a hard place. You have to play ball, otherwise, what's going to happen, right? So it's not exactly as easy as just saying no to them, you know. And there's another photo right there, okay, from Mr. Lewis, Revenge of Max Schmeling. Joe Louis versus Max Schmeling for you. This was our first featured fight of this group. We are going to follow this up with Modern Times of Devin the Dream Haney's one-sided beatdown boxing masterclass of Regis Prograis. Okay. In my opinion, the best performance in Devin Haney's career thus far. People can say it's Antonio Moran. That's perfectly fine. Could be. I mean, he stopped him, right, and everything. But this, to me, is his best performance, considering the fight that Regis Prograis put on Josh Taylor, for example. Okay. Here's another picture. Okay, this picture pretty much tells the story of the whole fight. All right, that was our second feature fight. Okay, so what else needs to be told here, right? Manny Pacquiao to your right, Pac-Man Pacquiao versus Golden Boy Oscar De La Hoya to your left. This basically was like a speed bag versus a punching bag, Pacquiao Pacquiao had his way with Oscar De La Hoya. He did. Okay, fight really should have never happened. There's another picture right there to drive the point home. Okay, so we are going to follow this with a very recent fight, which is Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois 2. Okay. There it is. Okay. This was high. Well, I don't know if it was highly anticipated. This happened because they stripped Usyk, right? The IBF, I think it was. So this was a one-sided beatdown. He stopped him round 3, I believe, or 4. There it is, right there. And there's another one. Okay. This was the tail of the fight, right there. It's the one-sided hiding by Mr. Alexander Usyk, one of the greatest boxers in boxing history. Okay, this one was a recommendation by my brother Cass Sports, the Boxtorian. This is the Manassa Mauler Jack Dempsey versus Jess Willard. This is a very hard, difficult fight to watch. Very hard fight to watch. The I mean, this was back in a time where rounds were like endless, but and this was like somebody just went through torture, wartime torture. It was very hard to watch. I remember my father put on this fight for me when I was a kid, and I was just horrified at what I was seeing. Um, there it is, right there. Another photo. Jack Dempsey's one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. There's another picture right there. Okay. You see Jack Dempsey right there beside the referee as the referee's counting, because obviously back then you didn't have the going into the neutral corner and this and that. So that definitely played a role in the fight. You got up, the guy's right there, wham, wham, just wailing on you. Right. So that was our 5th showcase fight. This one is a very famous fight. Probably, well, I don't know. It's hard to say if it's Ali's most famous fight, because I mean, come on, like you got Foreman, you got the Frazier trilogy, the Ken Norton fights, the Ron Lyle fights, the Ernie Shavers fight, you name it, right? The Henry Cooper, the Cleveland Williams, Sora Foley. I mean, how many names have I mentioned? And I probably not even half. So yeah, this was the What's My Name fight of Ali versus Ernie Terrell. Okay, Muhammad Ali versus Ernie Terrell. What's My Name came about because Ernie Terrell, in the lead up to the fight, he referred to Muhammad Ali as Cassius Clay, which is or was his birth name, right? Obviously, but he knew, as everybody at the time knew, that Muhammad Ali had legally changed his name to Muhammad, from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. So Ali, needless to say, didn't take it kindly at all, and just proceeded to beat the shit out of him. To be honest with you. So yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Got a few other slides to show you guys. Okay, here's another one. Here is another one. Okay. This is the famous What's My Name fight. Okay. Let's see if I can. Man, I wish I could. Can I pull up a GIF here? I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm not holding my breath though, but we shall see. Yeah, there it is. You see, What's My Name? He said it to him in the ring. There it is, right there. To your right, that frame to the right, that's Ali saying, "What's my name? What's my name?" Amazing, unbelievable, Muhammad Ali, unbelievable. What a man, what a fighter. There we go. The next one is Floyd Money Mayweather versus Juan Manuel Dinamita Marquez. I did not personally. This was a surprise for me because, I mean, yeah, Floyd's the favorite and everything, but I didn't anticipate it being this one-sided. To be honest with you, okay. So, I mean, well, it's debatable, right? Because a lot of people think it's Arturo Gatti, his best performance, and it's hard to argue with that, obviously. But I think the Canelo performance and this performance right here with Marquez, Because you got to remember, Marcus is coming in here with all of the lights too. Like the Pacquiao and everything. And I, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be more competitive. I did, and to me, if this ain't the greatest performance, it's a very close second. Very close second. Marcus couldn't do anything to Floyd, and there it is right there. He knocked them down and everything. So what a performance by Floyd! What a performance! We follow that up with our King Arthur Beterbiev to your left, right there, versus the common man Joe Smith Jr. Joe Smith Jr. is one of my favorite fighters. He's the textbook blue collar boxer. You know, the tree cutter from, I think, Long Island, if I'm not mistaken. Um, he obviously had that amazing KO win over Bernard Hopkins. Okay. Um, and obviously he came up short against Gilberto Soto Ramirez. He came up short versus Dimitri Bivol, and this one was a really bad ass whooping that he took against Artur Beterbiev. He just ran through him, and we're talking about an unstoppable force here, Mr. King Arthur Beterbiev. Okay. There it is, right there, just to drive the point home. Okay. All right. So we follow that up with a glorious fight. This is a glorious fight for me to watch. Okay. Because I mean, Ricardo el Matador Mayorga versus Oscar De La Hoya. What can you say about Mayorga? I mean, in the lead up to this particular fight, bro, he was talking about Oscar was like, he betrayed his race. He told him he should screw his wife before so he can have the balls to step in the ring with him. I mean. I mean, man, like I'm all for the entertainment and listen, you can go over the edge here and there, but in the words of Charlie Murphy, he was a habitual line stepper, and Oscar De La Hoya just whooped his ass. He came within an eyelash of knocking him out in the first round. Okay, there it is, right there. Okay, and I have another one. There it is. Well done, Oscar. Well done. Whatever people feel about you, the promoter with the clapback Thursdays and this and that, and okay, that's one thing. But the fighter, A plus, all of the lights. And I should say, Oscar De La Hoya, to me, has one of the most resumes, has one of the best resumes in boxing history. Oscar De La Hoya's resume is something to behold. Okay, we're talking about Julio Cesar Chavez twice. We're talking about Sugar Shane Mosley, Felix Trinidad, Ike Corte, Pernell Whitaker, Ricardo Mayorga, Fernando Vargas, Bernard Hopkins, Felix Sturm, I'm forgetting quite a few, right? I know I am. Obviously, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, absolutely. Just a bunch. I mean, what a career! What a resume, really. unbelievable Oscar De La Hoya, in every sense of the word. The fighter, that is. And to round things up in number 10, it's, in my opinion, the best performance of Roy Jones Jr.'s career, and that came against Vinny Pacienza, otherwise known as Vinny Paz. Okay? Now, Vinny Pacienza, he was a tough cookie, to say the least. You know, he was very tough. He loved to play mind games in the ring. He loved to antagonize his opponents. He loved to showboat, to just provoke them. And we all know what happened in the Roger Mayweather fight, right? And this was the best performance in my opinion. You may think it's Richard Hall or Virgil Hill or Lou Del Valle or Montel Griffin 2. That's another good one. Okay. Some of you might even say it's James Toney. I disagree a million on that one, but you can say that maybe. You know, some even may say it's Clinton Woods. You know, so this is my opinion. This is his best performance of his career. I mean, he whooped that boy ass. Like, oh my god, it was kind of hard to watch, to be honest with you. Okay. There's another one right there. this a famous image when Vinny Paz did that. Vinny Paz did that first. Roy did it in response to him, you know. And here it is. Let's see if the gift shows. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Pay attention. Oh. Woo. And prime Roy Jones Jr. is a joy to watch. Just a joy to watch. I swear to you. So there you have it right there. That rounds up our new list of 10 most one-sided fights in boxing history. Okay. Now we are going to go into some boxing news. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what the ring says. So Eddie Hearn says that if everyone sticks to their word, Ennis versus Ortiz will be done early in 2026. See. Jaron Ennis sees Virgil Ortiz and Erickson Lubin as a 50-50 fight. I do too, Mr. Ennis. I do too. I agree with you, sir. Okay, it says here Eddie Hearn rips apart Dana White over proposed. Excuse me, over over proposed Muhammad Ali act change. Fake belt quote. Okay. Okay, we're real boxing, Hearn said. I'm serious. We don't want to change the ring. We don't want to change the Muhammad Ali Act. This is how we work, with an open book, with Boots and with Boots advisor Everett McNeely and the team. I don't want to hide the revenue from the show. These guys get to see it, and Boots is making a lot of money. and he deserves a lot of money because he is a star. Absolutely. Um, Hearn has been critical of the economic model Zuffa Boxing plans to implement in boxing because he doesn't believe the UFC's standard um, suits boxing. Okay, the British promoter doesn't think boxing needs more titles either, despite Zuffa Boxing's plan to award its own belts for fights on its cards. Paramount announced September 28 that Paramount Plus will stream monthly Zuffa boxing shows starting in January as part of a long-term agreement. CBS, which Paramount also owns, could eventually broadcast Zuffa boxing events on network television in the United States as well. Hearn has been a vocal opponent of Zuffa boxing's practices. Quote, in boxing, the majority of the revenue from the show goes to the fighter, Hearn said. In MMA, the majority of revenue from the show goes to the promoter. Good luck to Dana White. I wouldn't moan, but that's not how we work in boxing. And I'm not interested in a fake belt. I'm not interested in changing the Muhammad Ali Act. I'm not interested in changing the shape of the ring or the rules. It says here, continuing the quote, what I'm interested in is the greatness of the sport of boxing, and what you're looking at here, referring to Boots Ennis, is the greatness of the sport of boxing. I want to see fighters like Boots, who I believe can go down as generational greats, like Hagler, like Hearns, like Whitaker, like all these great fighters. He is of the same ability, and our belts matter. Yep. Okay, 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 Eddie. I hear you. What else we got? Yeah, we got Parker versus Wardley over on October 25th. Legendary boxing voice and advocate Alex Wallau, dead at 80. Rest in peace, sir. Karen Chukatsian stops Joel Marcos Mafawad in 2, wins international titles. I saw that fight; it was very one-sided. I keep telling you guys, this guy right here, Karen Chukatsian, that's the dark horse of the 147 division. This guy right here is a problem for anybody. Okay, and I do mean anybody. If you think Brian Norman beats him, okay, maybe. You know, that's the tougher one, obviously. But you know, he did himself very proud in the Jaron Boots Ennis 2 fight. You know, absolutely. You cannot deny this is the toughest fight that Jaron Boots Ennis has had in his career. It's not even close. Okay. Okay, let's keep going. Arslanbek Makhmudov praises Dave Allen's iron chin, wants Anthony Joshua. Oh boy. Oh boy. He's swinging for the fans, but. Oh shit. I'm sorry. This is an interesting one. Zhilei Zhang. Big Bang Zhang calls for fight with fellow heavyweight veteran Derek Chisora. Oh man. Man, we shall see, huh? My boy Guido Vianello scored career best win, stopping Alexis Barriere in 5. Tamir Smalls, very good boxer, this guy. Tamir Smalls, watch out for him, okay? I was very impressed with that young man. Outpoints Jose Cheito Roman, my Boricua brethren. Rightful result there, okay? And of course, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Jaron Boots Ennis. Okay? Jaron Boots Ennis. Just This guy, man, this guy. He is going to be the face of boxing. I said it. I said it. I've been saying it for a while, but yeah, nah, it's only a matter of time before this man takes over 154, and it's only a matter of time before this man takes over boxing in its entirety. Okay. Unbelievable. Jaron Butsanis, unbelievable performance. The anthem was longer than the fight, guys. That's all you need to know. The anthem was longer than the fight. Okay. Let me put the picture up there. And he's calling out everybody. Everybody. Okay. He's calling out everybody. From Sander to Bakram, Sander Sayas to Bakram Murtazalia to Sebastian Fundora, and of course, Abbas Barau as well, and Virgil Ortiz, which is the fight that most people want to see. It's definitely the fight that I'm most interested in. Okay, this is the biggest fight in the division. I don't think that can be debatable, right? As far as maybe Sanders, Sayas, and Virgil Ortiz, but not right now. Like in a year, maybe I can see Xander Boots or Xander Virgil, maybe being the biggest fight in the division, right? You got Mexican Americans versus Puerto Ricans, or you have USA versus Puerto Rico. But right now, without a doubt, is Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz, right? So we need to have that fight. We need it. The fans need it. Boxing needs it. The world needs it. Okay? Let's fucking have him. In the words of the late great Ricky Hatton, let's fucking have him. Okay? Actually, give me a second. I'm trying to find the animation, right? Let me see if it's a GIF. Give me 1 second, okay? Motion. Okay. I haven't found it yet, but we'll see. Okay, we'll see. So Jaron Butsen is just and in feeling from his people too, like where he's from, right? Like wow, just wow. Diego Pacheco is fighting Kevin Lele Saggio headlining Matchroom December 13 show. Okay, I think Ernesto Tiro Mercado is there too. Let's see. Exciting junior welterweight prospects Ernesto Tiro Mercado, 17-0, 16 KOs, and junior lightweight contender Gabriel Flores Jr., 27-2 with 8 KOs. 8 KOs, okay. Will also feature on the undercard against opponents to be named later. Okay. David Benavides obsesses about joining future code conversations. Okay, you gotta be obsessed, bro. You don't achieve greatness by, just sitting on your ass and, doing things when you feel like it, Um, Lamont Roach hopes win over Isaac Pitbull Cruz will lead to Subriel Matias fight. Oh boy. Here's another one swinging for the fences. um, all right. What else we got? Yeah, just badly. Yeah, just badly won his fight with Reese Bellotti, but he went the distance. Didn't look so good. Like this one, another fighter that I like a lot. Just badly. Boxing broadcasting legend Alex Walau died today at 8 years old. That's bad. Okay, Alexandre Gaumont and Imam Kataev co-headline December 11th show in Gatineau, Canada. Proposed WBO title fight between Chris Billam-Smith and Roman Fresh in Limbo. Okay. Jaron Ennis on Virgil Ortiz Jr. fight. It's going to happen next. Yes, that's what I like. That's what I like. Guido Vianello also called out Anthony Joshua. Yep. Angel Garcia, Danny Garcia's father, says Canelo Alvarez looked like he's burned out. Okay, I can see that. What else we got? Not much else. Not much else. That's about it. We covered some boxing news. Well, actually, hang on a second. What's next? Let's see, because I know that Ryan Rosicki had to pull out because of an injury. Okay, yeah, we got Danny Garcia. Yep, we got Danny Garcia, and what's been publicized as his farewell fight. Okay, versus Daniel Gonzalez. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, interesting card, right? We have Nahir Albright versus Richard Comey. Okay, we have Damian Niba versus Joey Daweko. Chris Colbert, there it is, versus Blas Ezequiel Caro. Gabe Rosado versus Vaughn Alexander. Dominic Crowder versus Fernando Diaz. Okay. 23rd, we have a card here in Puerto Rico. Joshua Pagan versus Malik Montgomery. Oh, here's an interesting one. Yeah, Fraser Clark versus Jamie TKV Tshikieva. Saturday, October 25th. In the UK, just like same day, and just like Joe Parker versus Fabio Wardley, they're gonna fight in London. Fraser Clark and TKV are fighting in Derby. And then we got Manny Pacquiao Promotions over in the Thrilla in Manila 2 with Pedro Tadran versus Christian Balunan. Tadran defending his 105 belt. He has Oscar Collazo got two of them, right? Oscar Collazo got my boy Pilo, got the WBO and the WBA, and Pedro Tadron got the IBF, and Melvin Jerusalem, who's fighting 3 days later, has the WBC. And mind you, Mr. Collazo already stopped Melvin Jerusalem. Okay. Um, okay. What else we got? All right. Yeah. I mean, obviously, by now you know that Fundora and Thurman has been postponed, which absolutely sucks. Um, the whole card with it, you know, the Oshaki Foster versus Cool Boy Fulton as well. Uh, we'll see, man. We'll see. I don't like as long as the November card is intact. Okay. You know, I'm good to go, right? Okay, what else? Yeah, you have Rafael Divino Espinosa versus Arnold Kegai. I don't understand. He's not going for unifications. He's not even fighting Venado Lopez, which they have history, right? Um, we'll see. We'll see. We got my boy Jayo Petaya versus Hussein Sin Cara, of course, and Justice Huni is the co-main versus Kiki Leutele over in the land down under, Australia. And on the same day, we have Isaac Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach over in San Antonio, Texas. Man, we got some boxing or what, huh? Man, this is awesome. All right, well, that's basically it, right? I don't think anybody is here at the moment, so getting ready for the week as I should be doing as well. So let me go ahead and get my ducks in line here. Yeah, that was all she wrote for me. This was your boy Irony Boxing. We are up to 30 now on the most one-sided fights in boxing history. Going live tomorrow. Not sure what I'm planning to do to go live twice a day, but we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, probably do like early morning, and then I would do. I'm sorry. Let's see. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, I think early morning, like 7 a.m. Eastern or something like that, and then at night, you know, like 9 or 10 or 8 or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna start like putting my schedule up to par, you know. All right, well, that's all she wrote. This was my 20th live. God bless every single one of you. I hope you have a great start of your week and a great week altogether coming up. Okay. And we talked about this thing called boxing. I will start also doing maybe MMA shows or wrestling shows, stuff like that. But main focus of this channel, of course, is boxing. Which is the love of my life as far as sports are concerned. Um, so yeah, I will see you soon. This was your boy Irony Boxing. God bless and peace out.